To get us off and running, here's Ryan Santoso. And we are underway from the Superdome. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 79 yards. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Kavanaugh off to Thomas on the left side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Kavanaugh trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Operating from the gun, Kavanaugh. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Coming left is Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll run for it with Achane. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Again, it's Achane. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They fake the handoff, now Tua. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Wilson with a first down carry. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jeff Wilson, a 5-yard touchdown run, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Back to throw. Kavanaugh. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. A throw over the middle taken in. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and a couple. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. Back to throw again. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Down to the 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick-6, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick-6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Up and good for Santoso. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for John. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Williams. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Here comes the Saints punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That's pulled in at the 32. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Now a give. Running left is Wilson. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. Another carry for Wilson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr.
This one swung out to Williams.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Now a give up the middle to Williams.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Shotgun now for Carr. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's to the 15.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 66 yards.
And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first, they'll go back to Wilson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run again with Wilson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They run the toss here to Wilson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jeff Wilson, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
2nd down, this is Wilson. Showed that brute strength, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Huntley off of play action.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas. And it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long. When they throw the football, they're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.